Have you guys seen the recent news about James Dolan using facial recognition technology to ban some attorneys from entering inside Madison Square Garden? So listen to this video and I'll give you an attorney's perspective on what's happened thus far and what's going to be happening in the future. My name is Dennis Ryan. I'm a personal injury attorney in New York, and on this video, I'm going to be discussing James Dolan and the practice he has of using facial recognition technology to prevent attorneys from entering Madison Square Garden if they have active lawsuits against Madison Square Garden. So starting back in January of this year, James Dolan started using facial recognition technology to prevent attorneys from entering Madison Square Garden if those attorneys had active lawsuits against Madison Square Garden. Now, as a result of this, several of those law firms have filed lawsuits against James Dolan, saying that this practice is illegal. And the use of technology this way actually even caught the eye of New York State Attorney General Letitia James. And she released a statement questioning the use of the technology to deny lawyers entry into Madison Square Garden and Radio City Music Hall, which is another company that James Dolan and MSG Entertainment operates. Now, James Dolan is doubling down on his practices, and he even threatened to stop serving alcohol for at least one Rangers game after the state liquor authority questioned whether the arena violated its license by prohibiting people from entering the building. Now, this is not the first time that James Dolan has stirred up controversy by banning people from attending events at Madison Square Garden. Former Knick legend Charles Oakley was thrown out of the Garden at James Dolan's behest. Also, at the end of one game, a fan was heckling James Dolan, and Dolan looked up to him and said, "You're gone," and banned him forever. Now, in her statement, Letitia James said that this ban could affect to lawyers at up to 90 law firms, and added that the technology could violate discrimination or civil rights law. And in several of these cases, James Dolan and Madison Square Garden did not actually notify the lawyers that they were not going to be allowed access until they showed up on the day of their event. So the case is currently pending before the court, and no decision has been made as to the legality of these practices yet. But from my perspective, it's definitely a slippery slope that James Dolan is going down. What will happen in the future if there's someone who shows up at a hospital and they have a pending lawsuit against one of the doctors there? Can another doctor refuse to see them or exclude them from the hospital because there's active litigation against them? What happens if you show up to a hotel in a different part of the country and they refuse you access because you have an active lawsuit against the hotel for a completely unrelated matter? These are just some of the things that the court is going to have to wrestle with before they make the decision. If the court upholds this practice, it's going to have a chilling effect on attorneys and the type of cases that they're willing to accept in the future. So when an attorney evaluates a case and decides whether to take it, they're not going to have to just decide, well, is this a strong case and does the plaintiff's case have merit? They'll also have to decide, well, if I take this case, am I going to be excluded from entering this particular type of venue? And this could potentially limit the pool of attorneys that plaintiffs have to choose from, because now these attorneys may not actually take a case just because they're worried that they might not be able to go to a venue like Madison Square Garden. Now, this is certainly an issue that we're going to monitor on this channel, and we'll have follow-up videos as the case progresses. Now, if you or someone you know has any questions about this particular area of law or any area in New York injury law, please make sure to contact us. We'd be happy to discuss your case with you, and as always, our initial consult is free of charge. Please make sure to contact us at the number below. If you like what you're seeing in this video, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on all of our videos on New York injury law. I'm Dennis Ryan, and I'll see you on the next video.